Okay, let me give you my slide share. Okay, hello, good afternoon, right? In Filipina, magandang hapon, right? Is that a good afternoon in Philippines?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, okay, thank God to Google Translate. Okay, good afternoon. Actually, in Indonesia, this is around 2:55 Indonesian time. I'm so very happy and glad to see you all of the student in here, and thanks for the committee that have already give me invitations. Today, I have a 30 until 40 minutes to explain to you about how wonderful Indonesia. I know this is not quite enough to introduce you about how Indonesia and Indonesians look, but I do my best. I give my recommendation, food, places, natural view, and about the cultural view here. So let me present to you about Indonesia. Welcome to wonderful Indonesia in my slide. In Indonesia, if you want to say how are you, you can say it with apa kabar. So apa kabar? You can say that I'm good. Saya baik-baik saja. You can say like that. If Indonesia. So if you come to Indonesia, please say apa kabar to Indonesia. My name is Lasta Dewi. My company name is Lasta Dewi Siamturi. Thanks for the Master of Ceremony have already introduced about myself. Before I start my presentation and introduce you about how wonderful Indonesia, let me show you about the video to give you a brief story about Indonesia.
Open your eyes, open your mind. Feel the warmth, see the smile. Friendship and love, that's what I feel. Hold my hands, turn with me. People of the land, they dance and sing. Magnificent beauty of nature, among the colors of heaven. This is a wonderful place. I feel loved, I feel wonderful, oh wonderful Indonesia.
Okay, I know it is not quiet enough to show you about how wonderful my country, but let me introduce you again and again about Indonesia. If you can see in my slide, there is a map that show about all of the Indonesia, start from the west side until the east side of Indonesia. Okay, let me give you this one. Filipina and Indonesia, if we going by plane, we need 4 hours start from Filipina to capital city of Indonesia, which is Jakarta. If you can see my pointers, this is Jakarta. I hope that you can remember for every island in Indonesia, because our country is so very large. It will be better and will help you if you can remind about the island in Indonesia. From the west side, you can see Sumatra. In the middle of that island, you can see Kalimantan. In the central of Indonesia, you can see Java and Bali Island. I know Bali is the most famous province in the foreign world, in the side of this world. I know Bali is more than famous than Indonesia itself. And after that, next to Kalimantan, you can see Sulawesi, and in the east part of Indonesia, we have Papua. Okay, so from Filipina or to Jakarta, in a one way, it needs around 4 hours if you come to Jakarta, which is capital city of Indonesia. Let me give you a brief story about Indonesia. This is just a particular information of Indonesia. The nation capital city is Jakarta. If you can see in the left side, this man is Jokowi. Jokowi is our recently president. Jokowi is Joko Widodo. Joko Widodo is our president, and 2 children, both of them are Papuans. So both of them come from Papua Island. And if you can see in the corner of the slide, this is the Jakarta's night view. So if you came to Jakarta and you in the night you go outside, you can find this overview. Indonesia is an archipelago that consists of approximately, you can imagine, we have 17,162 islands. So it will be crazy if I can give you a story about Indonesia in 40 minutes, but I just give you a brief history about Indonesia. We have 718 mother tongues, and we have more than 1,000 tribes. So can you imagine how large, how diverse Indonesian is? And with population of over 271.5 million people, we are so very crowded in in a particular area. Our population more than 200 million people. And then for the history, 3.5 century of Dutch colonialism, and we got independence since 1945. And Bahasa as a national language in Indonesia. So if you want to, if you come to Jakarta, please understand and please remember about some bahasas, because that's become our national language. Some of Indonesians using mother tongue, but most of us using bahasa to speak each other. Within majority religions is Muslim. So for your information, Indonesia is the largest country of Muslim. So there is a sixth religion in Indonesia, but the most one religion is Muslim in Indonesia. For me, I am a Christian. We have a Buddhist, we have Hindu, and we have Konghucu. So we have six religions in Indonesia. Indonesia national motto is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, because we are so diverse. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, it's mean unity in diversity. So in literally, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, it's mean many, but yet one. From a dive travel awards in 2020, Indonesia became the best scuba diving destination in 2020. And from the TripAdvisor version, Indonesia becomes the best destination in 2020. So from this brief story of Indonesia, you can understand about how Indonesian look and how about the Indonesian characteristic. Okay, so let me bring you to go around Indonesia. We have a Komodo dragon. Komodo dragon, you can see in the left side of, Komodo dragon, I don't know, is there any Komodo dragon in Filipina, but I can make sure you, Komodo dragon just stay in Komodo Island in Indonesia. So Komodo dragon is a species lizard who lives only in Indonesia with an island named Komodo Island. So for the Komodo, you can see this one is very big. They have a length around 10 feet. They only eat meat, and they can attack human within a saliva containing poison. So if you can see the saliva in here, it's full of containing poison. So don't make a dream to try to close with this animal. It's so very dangerous. But many tourists come to Komodo Island only to see this dragon. For the second one, we have an Indonesian national flowers, Rafflesia alnodi, and I'm not sure, again, you can find it in Filipina. Please inform me if you can find this flower in Filipina. This flower is named by Rafflesia alnodi. Rafflesia alnodi is a rare flower in Indonesia, and this one is an endemic flower from Sumatra. So if you can remember about Indonesian map, in the west part, in Sumatra, you can find this one. Please don't look for this flower in Bali because it's so very hard. This flower just plant in Sumatra. They will eat insect, butterfly, and bee also, and they have a bad smell like a corpse. So this is so bad that they have a smells bad, and then that's why we call it with stinky corpse flower. Okay. For the next one, for our national attire, we have batik. You can see my clothes now. I'm using batik. Batik, it's like batik is a fabric using wax from candle. So you can use a candle to draw the pattern in here. And for your information, every region or every province in Indonesia have a different pattern. So if you come to Jawa, you will find different pattern than Bali, and you will find a different pattern at Sumatra. So all of the province and region have a different pattern. In the middle of the slide, you can see our president using batik, and this one, if I'm not wrong, he's the Prime Minister of Australia. Both of them using batik too. You can see the pattern, right? Full color. And this one, in the right side of the slide, you can see kebaya. So kebaya only for women, only for women. So please don't look for the man you will using kebaya in Indonesia, because this one is only for women. They always use this one for ceremonial event. And if you can see the skirt, they use batik too. That's our national attire. Okay. I know you have already got your lunch, but let me introduce you about food in Indonesia, the special food. I know maybe you can find it in Filipina or another country, particular in Asians, because we have a typical same food. But if you come to Indonesia, you must try this food. So this is like it's a very useful to foodies. The first one, chicken porridge. I know every country have a chicken porridge, but trust me, chicken porridge is in Indonesia. It's a very complicated. So if you can see the busiest bowl in the world is a chicken porridge in Indonesia. You can see the crackers here, peanut, celery, and shared chicken here, and many things. They always try to mix everything in a bowl. So for your information, I ever go to Thailand, to Cambodia, Laos, China, and I never find the bowl with a chicken porridge like this. This is the busiest chicken porridge ever that I never knew. The second one, you need to eat gado-gado. Gado-gado, it's mean mix. Gado, it's in Indonesia, we call it with mix. So this is a consist of many vegetables with peanut sauce. It's so very delicious. And trust me, it's not make you full, because this just consists of vegetables. So that's why gado-gado, it's a perfect food for breakfast time. This one is for lunch. Okay, I give you a conversion in dollars, so you can imagine how is that affordable to you or not. This one is soto. Soto is using a rice cake or rice as a carbohydrate with a turmeric sauce, and you can find a facsimile in here. And for another option to your lunch, you can choose gudeg. Gudeg, it's so very sweet. They consist of chicken and soy spices, tofu, and many things. So it's very delicious. So this is a characteristic of Indonesian food, sweet. For dinner, I know fried nasi goreng, it's mean fried rice. But trust me, if you go to Indonesia, you need to eat nasi goreng. It's so very different if you try to compare with another fried rice. But in nasi goreng in Indonesia, so very delicious, because they will use charcoal in their stove. So there is a smell of charcoal in their plate if you eat nasi goreng in Indonesia. And for the dinner menu, you can find ayam betutu from Bali. Ayam betutu, it's mean turmeric sauce too. So you just can find this menu in Bali. So please don't look for this menu in Kalimantan, Sumatra, or Papua, because this one just stay in Bali. For the dessert, we have a sarang semut, cucur, bika, ambon, lemper, and onde-onde. Come to Indonesia is the good solution for you if you are a craziest foodies. Maybe Indonesia is the best choice for you. Okay, trying to forget about the meals in Indonesia. I want to introduce you about Indonesian festival. Let me bring you around to Indonesia. This one in the left side, you can see Papua people. So we call it Papuans. Funny tricks no, this is just a fun fact of Indonesian people. If you want to come, and if you decide to come to Indonesia, I suggest you to go around July until October. So most of the Indonesian festival will held around July until October, because January, June, and December is like an ordinary holiday to Indonesian people. So it will be better if you want to come to Indonesia. I suggest you come to Indonesia around July until October. July, August, September, October. Okay, so that is the best time that I can suggest to you if you want to come to Indonesia, because you can see many Indonesian festivals. The first one, let me introduce you about Festival Lembah Baliem Papua. It will held in August, 3 days off. So Festival Lembah Baliem is the culture performance from Papuans that will show you about the war scenario from some tribes and Papua dance also. So you, if you come a tourist, you can join with them to using their custom. Can you see the custom, right? They just use a cover. They just use a one cover, and after that you can try to, and you can pretend to war and follow the war scenario with Papuans, of course. They will guide you how to war in a Papuans way. And after that, in the right slide, you can see Hombo Batu. If you remember my map, in the Sumatra Island, they have festival Hombo Batu. Hombo Batu is, Hombo, it's mean jump. So a young man will jump 2-meter stone. So can you see, this is a very tall, and this young man will use a special costume, and he will jump to the tall stone in here, and it needs a special technique, because if they don't have a special technique, there is something happen with this young man when they try to jump the stone. And this festival will held in August, is in Sumatra Island. The next one that I can introduce to you, Festival Karapan Sapi. So Madura Island, if you remember my map again and again, Madura Island is in Java. So it will be held in September. So can you see the coin here? The coin here is so very different with another coast, because the coast in here is so very big. You will see a boy. This is a boy. This one is a boy, not an older man. This is a boy. Will ride 2 coasts until the finish line. So they will ride each other, and this is like they will ride 2 coasts, and then after that, because of they want to use that coast, the treatment for this coast is so very different. So his owner will give them with honey, egg, multivitamin, and many vitamin for this coast. In the right side, you can see a Jember Carnival Festival. I ever came to this festival, and actually many tourists and foreign tourists interest to see this festival. So why this become a different with another festival? Because the models will use a unique national custom of Indonesia, and the catwalk. So the road is around 3.6 kilometers. So can you imagine, they will bring this clothes around 3.6 kilometers. So the catwalk is the long ever in this world, I think, 3.6 kilometers. And then the attire, it's handmade, and then all of the attire will have a background story of it. Okay, the next one for our special occasion. Can you see this one in the left side? If you're not feel aware from, this is a corpse. You know the corpse, right? Some of foreign tourists say that this festival, it's so very weird and horrific, because this one is corpse. Corpse to parents. This is for mother, then this is for the father. They will digging up their body and will parade both of them to go around to Toraja. So if you remember my map, you will find Sulawesi Island, right? Yeah. Mak Nene Festival is funeral ceremony for Torajan. It will be held on June until November. And they will bring this corpse parade around the street of Toraja. And this is in the right side, you can see this is Tatung. I know it's so very weird and so very horrific too, because for your information, actually, I came from Kalimantan Island. So if you can remember again about Indonesian map, I come from Kalimantan Island. So this is very close to my area. Tatung is from Chinese traditional event. We call it, we sometimes doing it Cap Gomeh event. Will held in March. You can see this man, right? They will use a war costume. If you can see this one, this is iron. Sometimes the iron have a diameter 10 until 20 centimeters. So can you imagine, there is a iron will plug in your skin, in cheek skin, until to our nose skin, and it's so very sharp. But that's the weird thing is there is no blood, there is no scars in their skin. So it's so very weird and so very horrific, but it will be interest for you, everyone and every tourist, even for me as a local tourist. I'm so very curious about this festival. The next one, if you ever came to Bali, I know maybe most of you ever heard about Bali, and maybe some of you ever came to Bali. If you ever came to Bali, maybe you ever heard about Nyepi. Nyepi, it's mean a silence in Bali. So this one is held on March. Nyepi is so in a one day, Bali in a silence condition. No one move, no one go out from their home. So from the Hindus, they're just stay at their home and they will pray to their God. So if you are a local tourist or your foreign tourist, if you stick to go out from your home in a Nyepi day, someone will come to you to punish you. Okay, so so they said that you break their law. Okay, so if you come to Bali and you face with a Nyepi day, please just stay in your home. The last festival that I want to show you about Jakarta Fashion Week. Jakarta Fashion Week, so Paris is not the only one city that have a fashion week. Jakarta also, so they have a one week full of models in over there. So it held in Jakarta, of course, around October. So many famous Indonesian designer will use their design, and then all of the perfect model, the good model will use sometimes batik and sometimes a national attire of Indonesia. Okay, after I give you some explanation about festival in Indonesia, I don't know, are you identical with cultural, you are interested in cultural or you are interested in natural view, but for your information, if you go around in Indonesia, you can take them, natural and cultural view, you can take both of them. For your information, Indonesians has a many cultural view and natural view also. And for Indonesian people, our characteristic, I think it's the same with Asian country. Yeah, we are so very friendly. We full of hospitality, and we trying to help anyone, even you are a local tourist and foreign tourist. I can give you information. Indonesia so very it's so very safe for you if you want to come to Indonesia. We are so very safe, especially in a tourism place. It is so very special, and our government guarantee about your protection, about your condition. So I think the hospitality of Indonesian will help you to enjoy about the cultural and natural view of Indonesia. So if you have a chance to come to Indonesia, let me suggest you some tourism places. I hope that you can note this one and imagine. Maybe I hope that I can show you about the best and the best recommendation and the best suggestions for tourism places for you. Let me remind you again about our map. I will bring you start from the west side of Indonesia, West Sumatra. If you can see this one in the Aceh, you can see this one. This is the province next to Malaysia. It's really next to Malaysia. We have a tsunami museum Aceh province. So for your information, 2004 we got a disaster tsunami, and then the biggest victims came from Aceh. So our government built a museum. If you can see the design of this museum, if you realize or not, this is like a boat. So the museum in here like a boat. If you come to here, you can feel how horrific and how horrific about the Aceh tsunami in 2004. Okay, after we go to Aceh, let me bring you to Danau Toba Lake. Okay, Danau Toba is located in North Sumatra. This is the largest lake in Indonesia. This is, you can see the view, right? This is a very amazing, so cool there. This is a very cool, the condition. Okay, for your information, again and again, Indonesia is, most of Indonesian city is hot. I don't know if this is because of Katulistiwa line, but most of the city in Indonesia is hot. But some of region is so very cool. So the North Sumatra is so very cool because they located around the mountain. So this is the largest lake in Indonesia. If you go to North Sumatra, it's so very close to North Sumatra. You can find the Belitung Island. Okay, so you can see the sand in here. This is like a sand island here with big and huge stone in here. So you can reach this place using boat. So don't imagine you can bring plane here or motorcycle, car or something. No, you just need a boat to go here. You can find like a huge stone in here, and sometimes if a big wave come, this sand will be disappear. So just the stone will stay in here, and this is so very beautiful. I ever went to here, and it's so very beautiful and very recommended for you. After you go to, if you go to Sumatra Island, make sure you go to Java Islands. My capital city, Jakarta. You can see this one. This is the old. This is the old city. Old city is a Dutch monument. If you can see the doll, we call it with ondel-ondel. Ondel-ondel is the large doll. I think the largest doll because he's tall around 2.5 meters. So can you imagine two dolls next to you? You can take the picture with them in Kota Tua. Kota Tua, it's mean an old city in Jakarta. If you come to Jakarta, don't forget to go to Bandung, West Java. This is a good. This is a Dutch monument too. We call it with Gedung Sate, Bandung, West Java. Sate, it means satay. Satay is a food, right? You can see the sate in here. This is like a sate monument in here. This monument located in Bandung, West Java. Many tourists and local tourists and foreign tourists visited this location. The next one, Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta is like a most wonderful cultural city. If you are if you like with a peaceful situation, please come to Yogyakarta because this city is full of cultural event. And then if you need a serenity, just go here. You can find a peaceful in here. You can find a Indonesian with full of hospitality. They will spread their smile to you. You can find it in Jakarta. This one, I think for the Buddhist one, Borobudur is not a weird name. Borobudur is the largest Buddhist temple in Magelang City, Central Java. Consists of 500 Buddha statues. So if you can see this one, this is a Buddha statue and 3 circular domes. So they have a 3 largest circular domes. Yeah. Hello. Okay. And then our ancestor built this Borobudur using stone. They saw this one. If you can see, this is a stone without nails. So without nails to stick one of stone to other to stick this one. So they just put the stone together, done. Okay, so if you are a Buddhist, I think it's become your dream to go to Borobudur, Central Java. Okay, for the next one, Bali. Bali, I think it's so very famous, right? Everyone wants to come to Bali. But as an Indonesian, I ever came to Bali too. Bali is so very wonderful and very recommended for you. If I can suggest, you need to go to Bali. If you can, I give you some suggestions. If you want to go around in Bali province, you need to go around seven days a week. You need to go 7 days to go start from the west side until the east side. But I give you some suggestions about the best places in Bali. The first one, Ubud. Bali is so very charmed with a natural scenery and panorama. Ubud is the best one. You can see the virgin nature with a fresh air in here. And you will see the agriculture land in Ubud. green view will be everywhere. So in the left side, in the right side, you will find the green view. After you go to Ubud, please go to Pura Ulundanu. You can see this one. You can see Pura Ulundanu is like a lake. You can see the Pura. Pura it means a temple for for the Hindu people. So if you're a Hindu people, you can go here and you can pray here. But they have a very wonderful scenery and panorama too. And the recommended one, Angel Bilabong. Angel, it's mean angel. Bilabong, it's the place of this one. This is like, if you can see this one, this is the water. Uh, and this one is an ocean, a large ocean. But please don't be worried. It's really safe to you if you want to swim here. You can see the water. It's very clear. You can see the rocks there. You can see the coral there, and you can swim here too. So there is a two biggest rocks, and there is a distance between two rocks, and you can swim in the side in this side. You can see this one, and it's so very beautiful to take a picture and to swim too, and diving also. Okay, like what I have mentioned to you before in the first slide, Komodo. Komodo is like lives in Komodo Island. So no residents there, no citizens in Komodo Island. They live by their own in Komodo National Park. So if you come to Komodo Island, you can see this view. You can see you just can reach out this location with boat. Okay, so you can see the Komodo here, but don't worry, we have a guard in here around the Komodos to protect you, to make you sure not to close with them, because like what I said before, they are so very dangerous for human. And you can use boat here. And if you go to Komodo Island, don't forget to go to Pulau Badar. Pulau Badar is Padar Island. Padar Island is the wonderful one. You can see the picture here. This is not a editing or edited picture. This is the real one, no edited in here. So you can see this is the real one, a picture of Padar Island in Labuan Bajo. It's so close to Komodo Island. So if you come to Indonesia, if you take a tourism program, they will bring you to Komodo Island and Pulau Padar also. So don't be worried. If you take a holiday program, they will bring you to 3 islands here. After you go to Pulau Padar, let me introduce you about Gili Trawangan or North Lombok. This is the best spot to diving ever in Indonesia. So if you are a diver, please go to this area because you can diving in here. They have a beautiful coral. Don't worry about the diving equipment they provide in here. And you should go there. You should go there. If you are a diver, you should go to there. The east one, I introduced you about Papua, right? So this is Raja Ampat. For your information, Papua is the most expensive island in Indonesia. So if I can inform you, if you want to go or if you decide about you want to go to Papua, please bring extra money to go to Papua because Papua is so very expensive. If you want to go to Raja Ampat, it needs around it's around 700 or $800 for one trip. So if you want to two ways, you need to provide around $1,600 to go to Raja Ampat, Papua. If you are a hikers, you can going and hiking to Gunung Kartens. Gunung Kartens is the highest mountain in Indonesia and surrounded by snow. You can see the white one in here is snow. And don't forget, if you go to Papua Island, you go to Raja Ampat, don't forget to go to Teluk Triton. Teluk Triton is located in West Papua, Kaimana. In Sulawesi Island, we have a Christ blessing statue in North Sulawesi, Manado. And the best place, I mean, for you, if you are a sunset seeker, you should go to Pantai Losari. They have a very wonderful sunset in Pantai Losari. And the last, if you remember about the crops in Mak Nene Festival, you should go to Toraja. This is a traditional houses in Toraja. And this one is my island. I'm so very loved to my island because many forests here. For your information, Kalimantan is a lung for the world because we still have many forests in here. You can go to Labuan Cermin. Cermin it's mean a mirror. If you go there, you can see the clean water in here, and you can see the coral with boats here. This is in West Kalimantan. And after that, in the middle of the site, you can see the Tanjung Puting National Park. You can see the orang utan in here. You can see this is orang utan. Orang utan is mean such as like monkey or something. I don't know. Are you have a orang utan or not? But in Indonesia, we have a orang utan. So Tanjung Puting National Park is famous orang utan conservation in Indonesia. And if you want to go there, it takes 1 hour using speedboat to go to Tanjung Puting. And the last, this is a very close. This is the closest one to my area, Karimata Island. This is the best spot to diving. So if you are the divers, please go to Karimata Island. This is the best spot to diving. Okay, that's the tourism places that I can inform to you. That's the best of the best that I can give to you. I know we have many wonderful tourism places, but that's what I show in the previous slide is the best of the best places that you need to come, that you need to visit. For a tourist, how to survive in Indonesia, I think this is like a general tips and tricks for a tourist, but it will be useful in Indonesia. Make sure if you come to Indonesia, you have to know about the prices, of course, right? About the food, about anything, about the stuff, and make sure you pack mindfully in Indonesia. If I try to compare with Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and other Asian countries, include Philippines, Indonesia is more affordable than Philippines. So it's everything in Indonesia is quite cheap. Please take care about the good food safety. Okay, so you need to care with the restaurant, with the how to say that the cafe or something to get food. You need to make sure about their safety. The fourth one, make sure about the services prices. Okay, so in my hometown, sometimes I always guide tourists here, and one thing that I love from foreign tourists is they always look for the prices. So for the services price, they will look for it first before they come to Indonesia. And for the fifth, like what a Cambodian said, take care with alcohol, because alcohol is unpermitted in Indonesia. Take care with, if you are alcohol lovers, please do not drink too much until drunk, because our police will catch you up, because alcohol in Indonesia is unpermitted. Please search do and don'ts in an area. Most of Indonesia area is a cultural region. So some of them have a strict law. So please care about do and don'ts, because our police will give you a punishment if you break do and don'ts in that area. Maybe you need to look for, especially from Bali, you need to take off your manner, and you need to behave in that area. So please search for do and don'ts in an area in Indonesia. Do not make to look at both sides. Do make sure to look both sides when crossing to the street. In Indonesia, make sure if you want to cross the street, you need to look in the left side, right side, left side, right side again and again, and make sure you are safe. Because most of us Indonesian using car and personal transportation. So sometimes they are ride to rush. So it will be better for your safety. You need to look both sides if you want to cross a street. The last but not least, the trip streak. Yeah, of course, you need to go to your Indonesian buddy, because they will guide you. They will give you more understanding about how to act and a good tourist in Indonesia. Okay, I want to introduce you about the famous line in Indonesia. For your information, besides full of hospitality, Indonesian people like to make everything include a word become short. So if you want to say wonderful, I think all of you can read it by yourself, in your bedroom, maybe in your office, maybe now. Maybe you can say it with your tongue. If you want to say wonderful in Indonesia, you can say mantul. Mantul is came from mantap betul. So you can see the red one. So Indonesian always try to make everything become short. Mantap betul, it's mean a mantul. So if you want to say Lasta Indonesia is wonderful, you can say Lasta Indonesia is wonderful. You can say it in Lasta Indonesia is mantul. Okay. If you say how crazy you are, or if you want to mock something in Indonesia, you can say with gilalu. And then in famous line in Indonesia too, for a young generation, sometimes we call with slave love with budak cinta bucin. And if you are a person who lazy to do anything, we call you with mager. Mager is ma for malas. Malas is lazy. Gerak is moving. Mager. So if you want to describe yourself, you are in a mager condition. You don't want to do anything. You can say that you are mager. Baper is heart feeling. If you feel heart feeling in Indonesia, we can say baper. Okay, and then if you are a rush person, we call you with gercep person. Gercep is mean gerak cepat. Gerak is mean movement. Cepat is mean rush. So if you want to say gercep or rush or doing something fast, you can say it with rush. Okay, this is the greetings and any talks in Indonesia. If you come to Indonesia, my suggestions, please try to remind and to remember this one. Good morning is good afternoon is means selamat siang. I don't know in Filipina I ever heard salamat something, right? So in Indonesia we have selamat too, but good afternoon is means selamat siang. Thanks as a thank you, as you can say with terima kasih. Good night is selamat malam. Night it's mean malam. And if you want to say excuse me or pardon me, you can say permisi. If you want to ask where is the toilet, where is the bus station, where is the restaurant or something, you can say with di manakah. Okay, so di manakah toilet? It's Indonesian. It's bahasa. And I think this is the most important thing. If you go to foreign country, how much is this? It's mean harganya berapa. So if you want to ask about the price, remember harganya berapa. This is means how much is this? How about the price? Okay. Okay, this is for the last slide from me. This is a miscellaneous things that I can suggest to you. If you come to Indonesia, I suggest you to rent the motorcycle, because not all of the region in Indonesia provide by a public transportation. If you can see my arrow, not all of the province provided by public transportation. Most of the Java City and Bali City, they have a public transportation, but in Papua, Sulawesi, Kalimantan, and some of and particular area in Sumatra, they don't have a public transportation. So it will be better for you if you come to Indonesia, rent a car or rent a motorcycle, but make sure you should have a driver license, international driver licenses. So that's what I can suggest and give you information about Indonesian looks. I know Indonesia, such as like a characteristic of Asian countries. We have a wonderful culture and wonderful natural view, and Indonesia is deserved to visit. And I hope that if after this COVID era, after this COVID pandemic situation, you can go to Indonesia, and feel free to ask me about anything. Maybe to ask about this about anything in Indonesia. Maybe you can ask me. You can ask about my suggestion, because not all of the Indonesian natural view worth it to visit, but most of them is the wonderful one. Okay, looking forward to see you in Indonesia. I don't know, am I'm not sure this is clear enough for you to present about how wonderful Indonesian and Indonesia is. But I hope my slide can represent about Indonesia, start from west side until to east side. Okay, looking forward to see you in Indonesia. Sampai jumpa. It's mean see you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Yanturi. And I would just like to try that thank you message. Terima kasih, Miss Lasta.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much. And we do have one question for you.
Yeah.
I know everyone would like to visit there.
Oh,
May
really?
we know about the COVID situation there, and do you have any protocols going around?
Oh, okay. As long as I know tourism places is still closed, most of them. But if I heard about the government information, most of tourism places will be free opened around July. Maybe around July. I don't know. It's about a vaccine progress, because in Indonesia, COVID-19 have already decreasing, because most of us have already got a vaccine. But from the recently news from government, they will open the tourism places around July, August. And there, until for now, special protocol of health from government, the authority. It's just about PCR. So there is a letter that makes sure you are a negative person in COVID. They don't have, this is just an ordinary protocol of health. You just need a mask, and don't forget to bring your hand sanitizer, such as like that. Only like that.
Okay, thank you so much. And there is a question that was posed to us from one of our students. He says, many Indonesians always say Indonesia Jaya. What is that line for you, Indonesia?
Sorry. Your voice is not very clear. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
That one, for many Indonesians always say Indonesia Jaya. What does that mean for Indonesia?
Okay, Indonesia Jaya. It's mean it's like a tagline of Indonesia. It's mean that we are the greatest one. So it's just like the great one of Indonesia. Jaya, it's mean great. So if you want to say, if you want to empower Indonesian person, we need to say that Indonesia Jaya. It's mean a great Indonesia.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Lasta. And in this juncture, I would like to present you with the certificate of appreciation.
Okay.
Can we? Okay. The University of Cebu Manila Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Ms. Lasta Dewi Yanturi for sharing her knowledge as a guest speaker during the Intercultural Feed 2021. Thank you once again, Ms. Yanturi.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, for this juncture, we will have the Zoom participants open their cameras so that we can have a photo op with our speaker. So guys, please turn on your cameras. Is everyone ready? In 3, 2, 1, smile. Once again, 1, 2, 3, smile. And lastly, for the wacky pose, 1, 2, 3, smile. I hope the technical team got that pictures for us. Thank you so much once again, Ms. Yanturi.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Now, before we go to our last and our keynote speaker, I would like to acknowledge our deans, friends team, friends volunteers, MICE class of the tourism department, and teachers with our partner schools, Istanbul Aydin University in Turkey with Vice Director Ms. Ayse Denise Ozgen and Ms. Ipek Kaliser, St. Louis University with Dr. Richel Lamadrid, Bohol Island State University with Ms. Katleya Michon, Mactan National High School with Ms. Jen Lynn Dignos, Cebu Technological University Danao with Ms. Mary Rostin Rom, Cebu Technological University San Francisco Camotes with Dr. Vincent Flores, Southern Christian College with Mr. Jojer Moore Sandaga, Ms. Yolanta Josears, and Ms. Katarzina Grodek of Silesian University of Technology in Poland, Berjaya University College in Malaysia with Mr. Ronald Binate, Julianan National High School together with UC Maine, UCLM, UC METC, and UC Manila College together with senior high school department deans and chairperson. Thank you so much. And I would like to acknowledge the Facebook participants who from the morning reached a total of 1,500 from the viewers. And for the participants in the Zoom reached close to 1,000 participants. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for coming to this momentous occasion. Now, the most awaited part, if you remember, our theme is celebrating cultural diversity and strengthening internationalization at home. Today, we are so lucky to have her, for she is the best person to enlighten us more about cultural diversity and internationalization at home. She will be introduced by one of our boot campers and recently awarded as the People's Choice Awardee because of her digital story, Miss Earl Maria Tribulacion. Miss Earl?
So thank you so much, Kuya Earl. Good afternoon, everyone. It is really an honor to introduce an expert in the field of internationalization and cultural diversity. Our keynote speaker holds a master degree in Hungarian language and literature and in Finno-Ugrian linguistics. Prior to joining VUM, she worked as a lecturer in social linguistics at her alma mater, the University of Debrecen, Hungary, for 6 years. In the year 2008, she joined as a team member at VUM, and since then, she has led a number of academic mobility projects and international cooperation department activities at VUM. Since 2015, she is in charge of various Erasmus Plus international credit mobility projects, facilitating large number of inbound student and staff mobilities for more than 40 universities in more than 20 countries worldwide. She was the project coordinator of the Leading and Managing Change in Higher Education La Mancha Tempus 4 project in the year 2012 to 2015. She is also the project coordinator of Erasmus Plus for capacity building in higher education projects, such as building entrepreneurial ecosystems to enhance higher education, value added for better graduate employability, or Beehive in the year 2016 to 2019, and the ongoing furthering international relations capacities, and intercultural engagement to nurture campus diversity and to support internationalization at home or the Friends Project. Friends, let us give a virtual round of applause to the Director of International Cooperation and Institutional Erasmus Plus Coordinator at Varna University of Management, Bulgaria, Ms. Kristina Armutliva.
Hey guys, thank you. Can you hear me well? I hope yes, because I was at least hearing very well Earl and the presentation of Indonesia. It was before that. Congratulations to all of you, first of all, for having organized this lovely event. I wasn't able to tune in earlier because we are sort of 6 hours behind. But from what I've seen, this looks like a lovely event. I hope you've been enjoying it for the whole day. And I'm really grateful for this invitation to join you today. I wasn't able, for obvious reasons, to be at the beginning of the event, but I'm happy to sort of contribute to the conclusion of today's agenda. As mentioned already, I was asked by my lovely colleagues and really very, very dear friends at UC to talk a little bit about the importance of cultural diversity and internationalization at home. And as you know, VUM, that the university I represent, Varna University of Management, and University of Cebu, along with 14 other universities, are members of the Friends Project Consortium. And the Friends Project, as its title suggests, aims to nurture diversity and to enhance internationalization at home. And when I was asked to talk about the importance of internationalization at home, I thought this is so easy because this means that I simply should give a talk about the importance of having friends. And I think it goes without saying that everyone has a question of why is it good to have friends and to be a part of a friendly community like ours, for instance, in this project. So first of all, a little bit about the university I represent and how we ended up actually initiating and coordinating this huge and very, very exciting project involving partners from 5 Asian countries and 4 European countries. VUM, or Varna University of Management, we are a relatively small but very ambitious and dynamic higher education institution, University of Applied Sciences type in Bulgaria, and we focus on internationalization. This is one of our most important features and achievements for the last 10 years and more. All our programs are fully delivered in English, and some of the students of University of Cebu have had the chance to study with us for during the previous academic year. Also, for the time being, we have, for the current academic year, we have an approved project for more student mobilities from UC to VUM. So once the pandemic allows us to travel again, we will be happy to welcome some of you here at our campus in Varna, Bulgaria. By the way, Varna is located at the Black Sea coast in southeastern Europe. All of the 30% of our students are international, and you know, for a country that is typically not associated with international and transnational education, this is quite an achievement. We have students from across the world, including from the Philippines and many, many other Asian countries, Europe, of course, Latin America, and also some students from Africa. An interesting fact about us is that for a couple of years in a row, we've been ranked first worldwide for student mobility, and by UMautiRank, this is the EU higher education, ranking system. And the reasoning behind this very high ranking position is the fact that all our students, in one way or another, at a certain point of their studies, go abroad for at least 3 months on a student mobility, either for studies or for a placement. So we are all very mobile on the one hand, students and staff, and on the other hand, we are also very welcoming when it comes to and supportive when it comes to incoming mobilities. In other words, accommodating students, incoming students from across the world. And this is one of the keys, one of the main reasons why we are so much focused on internationalization at home. We're sort of a little bit selfish in terms of to an extent that we want to have everyone coming over here sharing his or her culture and knowledge and experience and cultural background, and thus teaching our students what is it to come from different cultural background, how can they become even more competent in terms of intercultural awareness. So we want to bring the world here to sort of teach our students about different cultures, about different approaches, also not only in people-to-people communication, and but also in terms of business relations. Also, as you can see on my slide, VUM is one of the largest international great mobility beneficiaries in Bulgaria, and some of, like I mentioned, of the students at UC have and will benefit from this program when they come to VUM again, when the pandemic sort of allows us to travel internationally again. Why are we doing all this? I mean, this internationalization. Why is internationalization at home good in the first place? Beyond having friends, which is a question that has very obvious answers for all of us. Well, this is because we want, like I already mentioned, to build our students into cultural competence. Not everyone will be able to travel to the Philippines or Indonesia or in Cambodia. I'm here listing countries or naming countries where we have partner universities we collaborate with. But it goes without saying that our students, not all of them, will ever be able to visit these countries in the course of their studies. However, having students from around the world present here, of course, this will help sort of deepen our students' engagement and with global issues, and also, like I mentioned, make them more aware of what is going on in the world, what is going on, let's say, within a particular subject area like the business or tourism, a subject area their study at the UM in. Of course, when you have international exchanges of ideas, students, academic staff, when you have these flows of people and perceptions and understanding and ideas, like I mentioned, you as a university, as a representative of the academic community, are sort of propelled to improve the quality of teaching and learning. So learning from others help us become better as a university. Also, of course, it goes without saying that international exposure has a very positive impact when it comes to international co-creation of international knowledge. I mean, to building international co-creation research teams, to bringing research that has added value and is also of importance and impact to final beneficiaries outside our university, outside our country or region. It goes without saying that internationalization at home goes hand in hand with internationalization of curriculum. And I like to highlight here for probably all of the professors, I guess we have some from UC listening to us. So internationalization of curriculum, this isn't just teaching in English, let's say, which for you in the Philippines is sort of obvious and taken for granted anyway. Internationalization of curriculum is first and foremost about embedding learning outcomes in our curricula to ensure that our students at the end of their studies are globally aware of what's going on in their subject area, have very well developed enhanced intercultural competence that basically makes them employable not only within their region or country but anywhere in the world. Also, speaking of internationalization, for the institutions and also for students and staff, the more international we are, the higher the profile of the institution. Now with UC having had exposure to Erasmus projects ever since 2016, you can imagine, I mean, how much value added is out there for your university by being able to cooperate and collaborate with universities across Europe, across Asia, with having staff and students of yours visiting those institutions and countries, and also welcoming international guests and mobile students and staff. And of course, I can go on forever, until forever, by talking about the benefits of internationalization. It's just worth mentioning definitely here that by being able to interact with international partners, we sort of, like I already said, become better. This helps us unlock our own potential and not only get to know ourselves better, understand what we have better, but also sort of benchmark our achievements and processes towards others who are ahead or peers of others. And I already mentioned, because I already mentioned the Erasmus Plus Mobility Program, we do use this these opportunities as a tool for our internationalization. And as a result of our involvement in such projects, like I mentioned, we've improved significantly our international ranking position in terms of student mobility, but we also sort of have become more visible on the international education map. I dare to say that prior to 2016, nobody in the Philippines probably, or very few, have heard of not only of Varna University of Management, probably also of Varna as well. And now with VUM being partnering with UC, with SLU, with other partners in Manila or in Cebu City, we sort of have our names spread to that part of the world in one way or another. Of course, we have this is a snowball. There is also always a snowball effect when it comes to internationalization. So a new partnership bring usually more than one, another one. I mean, it becomes slow. This network of ours and of yours becomes slowly but surely bigger and bigger and more productive and more efficient and beneficial for everyone involved. And last but not least, being international as a university, having exposure to international knowledge, and also to people from other cultures, students and staff, this definitely improves or increases student satisfaction across campus. I'm saying this, when I say this, I actually have a concrete statistics and database we've collected through research on campus here at VUM. And another reason why internationalization at home has become so even more important since the last year is obviously COVID-19. When we were writing and preparing a bit this Friends project aiming to focus on internationalization at home and cultural diversity on campus, we would have never guessed how topical the project, how more topical the project would become a year and a half into its implementation, thanks to COVID-19. You can see here, I've listed, or I've put a slide for you with some data about a survey, an international global survey report. And of course, it's a big report. You have the link, you can Google it, and especially higher education practitioners, administrators, managers at UC, I really encourage you to have a look at this document. But if the most important takeaways here are that, for obvious reasons, all of a sudden, a year behind, a year ago, almost to the date, we suddenly became unable to have any other sort of internationalization than internationalization at home and virtual mobility. So online and distance learning occupies a very important, a very huge part and has huge importance in the context of internationalization at home. So this is one of the many ways, for the time being, one of the very few possible actually, to get access to international knowledge, resources, communication with international partners, etc. So for probably not the best reason, all of a sudden this project and internationalization at home as a whole are even more relevant and important than ever before. And because I mentioned the virtual mobility, I'd like to draw your attention to the Intercultural Passport virtual module designed, developed, and being delivered through the Friends project. I know all of you, I trust all of you, over close to 500 students and participants over there are currently already actually aware of this tool. I hope you've already Google it, will register, have registered. Some of you have completed it successfully. What I want to highlight here is actually, I don't want to talk about the Intercultural Passport virtual tool because I'm pretty sure that our colleagues and peers at UC are doing this promotional work much better than I can do it to you guys. What I want to highlight here is how important is this tool based on the follow-up results we have from its piloting stage, its use at piloting stage. As you can see, 75% of everyone of the students who've completed it already at the initial stage have also confirmed that they feel more confident when communicating with people with other cultural backgrounds. So the more you learn about intercultural awareness, intercultural competence, the importance of these, the more you dive and immerse as a university, an academic community into the processes of internationalization at home, the easier it gets actually to communicate and interact with with people, but also institutions and universities with other cultural backgrounds. And of course, this intercultural passport, this virtual module, clearly has contributed to the fact that it's a huge part of its proud awardees and holders claim that they become more cognizant of how important it is to have global skills. So I hope that by completing this module, you will know much more about intercultural awareness and cultural diversity. You will understand much better their relevance for your career, for your global skills. And you will be much more at ease when next time you have to cross cultural borders, whether it's within your own community or when traveling abroad, which hopefully all of us will be able to not so far in the future. And finally, I mentioned the Intercultural Passport. That is one of the the virtual module, that is one of the key outcomes of the Friends project and one of the key tools for internationalization at home. And the other one to help campuses across the 12 Asian partner universities in France become more international and diverse, from culturally diverse and tolerant, are these social hubs we're setting up or we've set up across the 12 universities. I hope most of you have already visited the UC Friends Tea House. I hope you understand, you know how good it will be when once all of us are again allowed to interact in person, so that you will start visiting that whenever this is possible, you will start visiting and attending your Friends Tea House very often. And most importantly, thanks to its activities, you will have more and more events, social events, cultural events similar to the one you're having today, organized through the Friends Tea House at UC. So this is very, very much in a nutshell from me, what I wanted to share with you guys, that having friends is great, being part of a community like the Friends community is fantastic, and learning from each other, enjoying opportunities to learn from each other, from peers with different cultural backgrounds is a very valuable experience you can have during your university studies, online, offline, as part of the UC academic community. So thank you for your attention. I hope I didn't speak for way too long or much longer than originally planned. I know it's been a long day for you. You can see here my and our contact data, and I look forward to hearing from any one of you who is interested to learn more on the topic. In the meantime, enjoy your afternoon and also enjoy the day tomorrow. I know you have another day planned, scheduled as part of this lovely event, Intercultural Fed. And I look forward to going back to UC and to Cebu City in the Philippines whenever this becomes possible again. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Christina. And if you ever come to visit UC Manila, we'll welcome you with open arms.
Oh, I've been there, I think, twice, and I should go definitely at least one more times in the framework of the Friends Project together with the rest of the partners. So I'm excited about the post-pandemic encounters and meetings we're gonna have in person. Until then, like I said, stay healthy and happy and safe. All the best from us to the UN.
Okay, thank you for sharing your expertise. Now, I do have one question for you, Ms. Christina. Just one question.
Go ahead.
We can see how passionate you are in bringing internationalization at home. And that brought Varna also to the international stage. Can you share to us, when did this unique passion start?
For me personally, or for the university I represent? Or I'll answer both. I have a question from both perspectives. On a personal level, I've been an international student myself. I'm Bulgarian, and I've studied for 6 years at the University of Debrecen in Hungary. I've been an Erasmus student to the University of Oulu in Finland. So I've graduated from German language high school. So, I mean, for me, it's always been part of my life. Being interested in other cultures, in foreign languages, and it's not a coincidence. I also sort of studied at the university something like this. I mean, foreign languages and linguistics. So it was pretty clear whether I would remain as a lecturer or not, that I will, in one way or another, always sort of dedicate my time and interest and efforts to learn more about other cultures, foreign languages, etc. So enough about me. About VUM, that's actually at the heart of, at the center of, should be at the center of attention when it comes to the Friends Project, because we're a coordinating institution, and this is how I also got the invitation to join you here today. So VUM has been international in one way or another from the very beginning. I mean, although of course, as every university or as every endeavor, beginnings are always humble. So it started over 20 years ago. It was founded as a private school focusing on tourism and hospitality. And because of that, and a base, and it was sort of founded in relation with the Dutch government's project for capacity building here in Bulgaria. So and now from the start, from scratch, we started teaching, or my colleagues back then did start teaching in English. So being sort of founded with international participation and having internationalized programs from the very beginning, like I said, this is part of our history as a university. And with Bulgaria becoming an EU member in 2007, and VUM actually gaining access to the Erasmus Plus program even before that, slowly but surely, we sort of, started looking for opportunities to look beyond Europe to establish and extend our networks beyond our partners here within the EU. So this is how we, with the thanks to the Erasmus program's international dimension, let me put it this way, we sort of managed to, to reach out to University of Cebu and many other institutions in your part of the world. So it's our part of our strategy, our dedication, but also thanks to the lovely opportunities the Erasmus Plus program is providing and will continue to provide in terms of international dimension in the next 7 years, between 2021 and 2027. So a new program is about to kickstart with more opportunities for all of us, all of you, to come and study here in Europe with the Francophone mobility project, or to collaborate with universities like VUM for the purposes of capacity building. So yeah, I hope I managed to answer your question.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Christina. And I will not hold any more of your time. I would like to offer this certificate of appreciation for you from the University of Cebu Manila. Is presented to Ms. Christina Amarneva for sharing her knowledge as a guest speaker during the Intercultural Feed 2021 with the theme Celebrating Cultural Diversity and Strengthening Internationalization at Home, given this 18th of March 2021. Thank you so much, Ms. Christina.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we are nearing the end. And before we go, can I ask the participants in Zoom to open their cameras for a photo opportunity with Miss Christina? Technical team, are you ready? Okay, I think everyone is ready. So 1, 2, 3, smile, guys. And another picture, 1, 2, 3, smile. And lastly, a wacky pose, 1, 2, 3, smile. Once again, thank you to our keynote speaker, Ms. Christina. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us.
Okay.
All right, now it's evaluation time, guys. Please click the link and evaluate the day one of the Intercultural Feed 2021. Your evaluation is the basis of your e-certificate. So for tomorrow, you will have speakers from all over the globe. We have speakers from Iran and we have speakers from India. So be sure to log in tomorrow, okay? Same for our FB or Facebook Live partners. Thank you so much, guys, for being here in this momentous occasion. And don't forget to use our hashtag. And thank you guys for being here. Also for the Zoom participants, thank you so much. And don't forget day 2 tomorrow for the Intercultural Feed. Thank you so much, guys. This has been Earl Jason Quinones. Thank you and goodbye.